What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to part number 2 of resetting the NBA back to 1975 and then simulating the entire way until 2021. Yes, we are doing that. We are still doing that. We are in part number 2. In the last episode, the first part, we simulated from 1975 to 1979, and we had some crazy things happen. We had some leagues or some teams come into the league, join the new league in 1977 and 1978, I think. So we're waiting on the Dallas Mavericks to come into the league next year because I screwed that up and I didn't add them in this year, so they'll be in 1981. So the Dallas Mavericks will be in here. Then we'll have 19 teams. Or no, we'll have like 24 teams or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how many teams we'll have. But we are kicking it off in 1979 offseason, getting ready for the 1980 season. And I left you guys on a pretty big cliffhanger. I left you guys on the free agency of 1979 with a pretty big class that included Dr. J, Bob McAdoo, Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld, guys like that were in free agency. Where are they going to end up? Nobody knows. We'll have to wait and find out. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. We're on the road to 400 subscribers. Help me get there by smashing that subscribe button. And in this part, we will probably go from 1980 to around 1985. Maybe we go a little bit further. But we're getting into the Jordan era. We're getting into the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan era, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Barkley. We're getting into the 80s, boys. It's gonna get good. Smash that like button. Let's find out what happens. Elvin Hayes signs with the Kings. Bob McAdoo with the Rockets. Wes Unseld with the Rockets. So Wes leaves the Washington Bullets, which is pretty crazy. He's been there since the entire simulation started. He was the Rookie of the Year, and now he heads to Houston to team up with Bob McAdoo, who is there as well. Wow. That's going to be a dangerous team right there. JoJo White is headed to Cleveland. Well, stays with Cleveland after was in Boston for a season. Now he's in Cleveland, and he's back with Cleveland. Dr. J still in New York, which is pretty crazy. Calvin Murphy headed to Denver. Well, staying in Denver. I thought he was in Houston a little bit longer than that. I guess not. Pete Maravich stays in Boston. Daintley stays in Seattle, the Rookie of the Year, the leading scorer for 3 straight seasons, I'm pretty sure, since he's entered the league. He's been unbelievable. I think he won MVP one time, right? He won MVP, right? Tell me he won MVP. Yeah, he did. He did win MVP. I thought he did. Adrian Daintley's been amazing. Robert Parrish stays with the Hawks. He's been with the Hawks his entire career. Then we got Alex English staying in Chicago, the team that drafted him. We've got anybody else down here? Nobody else really down here. Big names deciding to stay with their team. So now it is time to go to the 1980 season. How will Larry Bird do? How will Magic Johnson do? We're going to have to wait and find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1981 draft class. Tom Chambers, Wallace Drew, who is not a real person, I don't think. Isaiah Thomas, the original IT. Then you got Buck Williams, Mark Aguirre. There's got to be more guys down here. Rolando Blackman is a big one. Is there anybody else? There's got to be Kelly Tripucka, Larry Nance, the senior version of Larry Nance, the senior version. Herb Williams, some big names at the top, more likely. It's going to get interesting. Where will Isaiah Thomas go? This isn't one of the better draft classes, but it's a good one. It's a pretty decent one. And as for the rosters, we've got the Seattle Supersonics, who are very interesting. They are very interesting for me because they've got a growing Jack Sikma, who is 89 overall. They've got a young Adrian Daintley, who's leading the league in scoring for the past 3 seasons. And they've got older veteran Walt Frazier. How has this team not won a championship yet? I don't know. Another team that intrigues me again is Kareem's team on the Golden State Warriors because they've got Bernard King, who's still young at 23. Rudy Tomjanovich is 87, but he's a little bit older. I also am curious about, obviously, Magic Johnson's team and Larry Bird's teams. I got to find Larry Bird. He's on the Nuggets. There's Larry. He's 89 overall, 23 years old. Magic is on the Cavs. So let's go to the Cavs. Magic is going to get his playing time with JoJo at shooting guard again and Campy Russell. So Magic is up to an 88. Will Magic Johnson take off this season? I don't know. I think he won Rookie of the Year this past season, so that's good for him. We've had some big movements. The Knicks still have Dr. Dre and Spencer Haywood, so they're going to look to be a pretty good team so far. Earl Monroe as well. I think that's time to simulate to the All-Star break and see what happens. 1980 season is now underway. Okay, we are in the All-Star weekend for 1980. Bob McAdoo leads the league in scoring. Adrian Dantley's still up there, even though he's not leading this season. He's still up there averaging 30. McAdoo is going off this year. The defending MVP is going crazy with 38 points per game, basically 10 rebounds. Then you got Marcus Johnson, 29 points. George Gervin on the Clippers, 28 points. Bernard King, 27. Magic averaging 26 and 9. Larry Bird averaging 25, shooting, what's he shooting from 3? He's shooting 410. Why did I just blank on that? 41%. I just had a complete brain malfunction there. 41% from 3. I don't know what happened there. Alex English playing pretty well. Where's Kareem at? Kareem's down here? No way Kareem is down here. Kareem's averaging 17. Wow. What is going on, my guy? You're averaging 17. And the man that was drafted before Magic is only averaging 17. So maybe the Jazz made a mistake in drafting Sidney Moncrief instead of Magic Johnson. Now moving on to the All-Stars. We've got any first-timers? We got a couple first-timers, Robert Parrish and then Seth Boyd. We don't really care about Seth Boyd. Magic makes starter for the first time as a first-time All-Star. No Larry Bird, though. Interesting. Interesting teams, though. Okay. The scouting has not changed, I don't think. I think everybody's still 1-2. Yeah. Thomas is the #1 prospect. Chambers is #2. I didn't mention, but Danny Ainge is here as well. So current general manager for the Boston Celtics, Danny Ainge, is also here. So I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Well, technically the awards, but you guys get it. Bob McAdoo wins MVP back-to-back seasons, 37 points per game. Darrell Griffith wins Rookie of the Year. Jamal Wilkes wins Sixth Man with 19 points. Wes Unseld Defensive Player. And Eugene O'Brien wins Most Improved. Here are the All-NBA teams. Magic Johnson makes it for the first time. I knew it'd be a big year for Magic. He can't be stopped forever. That rookie year was just the start. And now we've got the playoffs. The Rockets are the #1 seed with the Knicks on the other side. Let's go to season stats. We already saw McAdoo's stats. Adrian Dantley averaged 31 a game. George Gervin 29. Some big points for some of these guys. I'm glad to see a guy like Bernard King, who is still only 24 years old, averaging 27. He's top 5 in the league, along with George Gervin and Marcus Johnson. It might be Marquise Johnson. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. Larry Bird down here with 25 points per game. Pete Maravich 23. What did he shoot from 3? He shot 43%. So better than Larry? Did he shoot better than Larry? I'm not 100% sure if he shot better than Larry. He did, 41% for Larry Bird. So let's simulate the first round of the playoffs. Wait, hold on. I got to make sure one thing is fixed. All right, there we go. I had to make sure that the first round of the playoffs was 7 games now. So everybody is 7 games. Actually, it's not. Oh, maybe it'll take into effect next season. I must have forgot to start at the beginning of the season, but now it's set for 7 games. So next season it'll be 7. But the Rockets fall to the 8-seeded Phoenix Suns. Interesting. The Knicks get out of the East, along with the Pistons and the Hawks. It's the top 4 seeds get out in the East, but the top seed did not get out in the West. That's crazy. What happened in that game? What happened in that game 3? McAdoo did everything he could, 36-7, but it was just a team effort. Look at that. Team effort from the Suns to get through there. Simulate the next round. And it looks like we're going to have a Lakers-Suns matchup and a Knicks-Pistons matchup. So it's 1-2 and a 3 versus an 8. The Suns are going crazy. They defeat Kareem and Bernard King. This Warriors team's got so much potential, but they just can't get it done. This Suns team is just an all-around good team with Wilcox averaging a double-double. Garrett got 29. Arsdale dropped 21. This Suns team's just all put together. I don't know what to say about it. Pistons sweep the Hawks, and the Knicks take 5 to get through the Bulls. Now we've got conference championships here, and the Suns go down. It will be a 1 versus a 3 Knicks and Lakers. You love to see it. The Suns tried, but they just don't have the star power that the Lakers do. They got Mo Cheeks. They've got Tinsley, who was averaging a big point spread during the season. The Suns tried 27 and 10 from Garrett. He really did try. Travis Garrett really did try, but he couldn't get it done. The Suns, their magic playoff run ends as it is now a Knicks versus Lakers matchup. Dr. J, Spencer Haywood. We've got, where's the other guy at? What? Don't they have another guy? They've got, hold on. The Knicks have another guy, right? Let me check the Knicks real quick. Go to the Knicks. They have Spencer, they got Dr. J, and they've got somebody else. Did they trade him away during the season? Hold on. I need to find out what's going on right now. So transaction report, go to trades for the Knicks. They traded Earl Monroe and a first-round pick for Seth Boyd. Okay, I did not expect that. That's who I was thinking of, Earl Monroe. But they traded him, and they still made the playoffs and still made the finals. So maybe they didn't need him. And they're going to take game 1 from the Lakers, take game 2 from the Lakers, take game 3 from the Lakers. Are the Knicks going to win the 1980 NBA championship? It's very, very likely. They're probably going to sweep them here. 8 seconds left. We're jumping in. The New York Knicks are going to win the NBA championship, which is just crazy. Dr. J is going to get one. Have they already won one? I honestly can't remember if they've already won one or not. But Dr. J and Spencer Haywood, they didn't need Earl Monroe apparently to win a championship because they just did it right here. 128 to 103, I think that's what that said. But Dr. J gets a ring in New York, just not for the Nets. It's for the Knicks. Congratulations to them. Is Dr. J going to be MVP? Is he going to be Finals MVP? Good job, New York. New York gets a ring, and they won it in LA, I think. Yeah, they did win it in LA. And they swept them, too, 4-0. Lakers didn't have a chance. Maybe the Suns should have won that. Eugene O'Brien was one of their bigger scorers. He's the one with the tattoos in the armband. Dr. J does win Finals MVP, so good on him. I'm glad it wasn't somebody that was created. That would have been bad. There it is, the afro in full effect. I don't think this is their second. I think this is only their first championship. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, though. I guess we could always check. Look at all those created guys tatted up. All right, so Willoughby gave it his best, 25, 7, and 4. Mo Cheeks had 18 and 9. Not enough. Dr. J drops 22. Bryant drops 27. Spencer Haywood drops 22 and 13. Russell had 16. The Knicks are just a better team. The Knicks were just the better team this season. But now, who's going to win the bid for Isaiah Thomas? That is some big news coming up. So we had one retire. Harvey Catchings retires. League meetings. We want to approve this so that the Mavericks come into play. League realignment. There's the Dallas Mavericks right down there. We're going to put them in the Western Conference. Perfect. Beautiful. Draft lottery. Who wins? Who wins Isaiah Thomas? Well, possibly Isaiah Thomas. I guess they could always take it. Utah gets back-to-back picks. The Utah Jazz have back-to-back picks. 1 and 2 thanks to Boston. Wow. Utah may just be getting 2 studs. 2 absolute studs here. We've got the expansion draft coming up here. The Mavericks are the only team in the draft. They're going to get a bunch of scrubs, I would think. Nobody real, right? Larry Drew is real. Other than that, Clint Richardson's not. Is he real? I can't tell if he's real or not. He might be. I don't know. Not the greatest team, but they'll get better. Now we've got the NBA draft. The Utah Jazz have the first 2 picks. Are they going to take Isaiah Thomas? They do take Isaiah Thomas. So they get the number 1 pick and the number 2 picks. Will they trade this pick or will they use it? They take Tom Chambers. So they got Isaiah Thomas and Tom Chambers. Wow. Buck Williams goes number 3 to the Nets. The Jazz might be a problem in the future. Rolando Blackman goes to the Washington Bullets. And now the new team, the Mavs, have the 5th pick. They take Mark Aguirre, who I think played for the Mavs at some point, if I'm not mistaken. The Nuggets take Bernard Erickson, okay, 6'9", from Santa Clara. Kelly Tripucka goes to the Clip. The Milwaukee Bucks take Larry Nance. I'm kind of waiting on Danny Ainge, but I guess we don't have to wait on Danny Ainge. Bryant Byers. Is Danny going to fall? Danny really? There's Danny. He goes to the Hawks. All right, so I think that's everybody that we needed to see. Isaiah comes in as an 80, and Tom Chambers a 79. So they're going to be loaded. We got to check out that roster. We got to keep an eye on the Jazz in the upcoming seasons. I don't think there's anybody. Herb Williams goes to the Blazers to replace Bill Walton. I don't think Bill Walton's still there. He might be. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Let's take a quick look at the Utah Jazz because they've got Sidney Moncrief, who they also drafted number 1 overall, if you do remember, from a couple of years ago over Magic Johnson. Now they have Kevin McHale. The Utah Jazz have had the first overall pick. Wait, hold on. They had it 2 years ago, they had it 1 year ago, and they had it this year. The Utah Jazz have had the first pick 3 years in a row? There's no way they've had the first pick 3 years in a row. What? Yeah, they used it. They just had it last year with Kevin McHale. They had it 2 years ago with Sidney Moncrief. They could have got Magic Johnson, but they got Sidney Moncrief. They made up for it this year by drafting Isaiah Thomas, and now they also have Tom Chambers thanks to the Celtics. This Jazz team is young and ready to go. We are going to be probably seeing a bunch of championships from this young Utah Jazz core. How much money do they have? I don't know. Are they going to be able to sign any free agents? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. Let's see if anybody goes to the Jazz. The Tiny Archibald goes to the 76ers, so he finally leaves the Kings after a couple MVP seasons, right? He had a couple MVP seasons, maybe two MVP seasons the first couple seasons we started this. Dave Cohen goes to the Clippers, Bob Lanier to the Pistons, Billy Cunningham Clippers. George Gervin ends up in LA after leaving the Clippers. He goes to the Lakers now. Bernard King back with the Warriors. Lou Hudson with the Jazz. So Lou Hudson stays with the Jazz. Whoa. Jack Sikma with the Supersonics still. Walt Frazier back with the Supersonics. Dave Bing with the Bullets. Phil Chenier goes to the Mavericks. Okay. Daryl Dawkins to the Nets. Whoa. This Jazz team, ladies and gentlemen. This Jazz, who's left still? Johnson's still left. Rudy Tomjanovich. All right, we'll come back after a couple more days, see when those guys sign. No, why am I controlling? No, I don't want to. What? I don't have control of anybody, do I? I shouldn't have control of anybody. Hold on. I don't have control of anybody. All user teams. Simulating is off, or all this stuff is off. Yeah, I don't have control of anybody. Why is it telling me to sign somebody? I don't know. That's weird. I promise you I don't have control of anybody. We are going to simulate all of free agency and then check this. So Otis Birdsong signs with the Mavericks. The Mavericks, after coming into the league this year, are getting some pretty decent players to come sign with them. They may be a threat. Is there anybody else of note that needs to be talked about here? A lot of big names. We got to check out that Jazz team because World B. Free goes back to the 76ers. Mike Dunleavy goes to the Nuggets to team up with Larry Bird. We've got, there was somebody else. There's Marquise Johnson. He goes back to the Spurs, and Rudy Tomjanovich goes back to the Warriors. Okay, that was everybody. I think that was important. So let's quickly take a look at the Utah Jazz roster, because they are very intriguing. They've got Lou Hudson, who came back. They've got Sidney Moncrief, Kevin McHale, Isaiah Thomas, and Tom Chambers. Wow. In a couple of seasons, maybe when Lou is a little bit older, but these guys are all in their prime. Who's taller? Kevin McHale's 6'10", Tom Chambers is 6'10", so they can have a small ball, kind of. I guess you wouldn't call it a small ball, but they can have probably McHale run the 4, Tom run the 5, Isaiah runs point, Moncrief runs the 2, and Hudson runs the 3. That is a scary, scary team. The Utah Jazz are going to be the team to beat, in my opinion, this upcoming season, 1981. But 1981's draft class, if I'm not mistaken, let me just quickly load it up here. 1981's draft class, or 1982's draft class, excuse me, is James Worthy, I'm pretty sure. So if the Jazz end up getting the #1 pick again and getting James Worthy, that would be absolutely crazy. It's Dominique, too. Dominique is here as well. Clark Kellogg, Dominique, Terry Cummins, Paul Presley, Fat Lever. Who doesn't love a good fat lever or fat lever? James Worthy's here. You got Sleepy Floyd. This is a good draft class. This is a good draft class. Mark Eaton is there as well. Yeah, you're gonna want a good top pick here. Maybe Utah chokes another season so that they can get a guy like Clark Kellogg or Dominique. If they add Dominique to this starting 5, it would be it's over. It would be over for the league. I'm gonna follow the Jazz this season to see how they do, and I will see you guys at the All-Star break, hopefully with the Jazz as the #1 seed. All right, here we are. The 1981 season is halfway through, and we are at the All-Star break. Bob McAdoo still leading the league in scoring at 29, 38 points per game. The two-time MVP back-to-back is still killing it out here. Bernard King starting to climb up there, 32 points per game. Adrian Dantley, 27. He's got 30 points per game. Phil Chenier on the Mavs has got 29. Gervin on the first time on the Lakers has got 29. Larry Bird finally starting to pick it up, 28 points. There's Magic with 27. The two stars of the league here in the future are starting to take the top hold. You got Alex English down here with 24. Where's some of the younger guys that we're keeping an eye on? Kareem's down here with 19. Dr. J 19. Pete Maravich 19. Lou Hudson's got 18. Moncrief's got 18. Interesting way. There's Bill Walton, still on the Trailblazers. He's got 16. I honestly thought he was retired. Isaiah Thomas averaging 14 points per game, so that is a big deal. We've got All-Star voting. Any first-timers? Purvis Short and Bob Bigelow are first-timers. Magic Johnson makes the starting lineup. No Larry Bird, though. Interesting. Nate Archibald's there. Bill Walton is there. Jeff Petrie has been really good. And Bob McAdoo has been really solid, obviously, as well. But funny enough, the Jazz are the 7 seed. The Jazz are still the 7 seed, even after having this great season, or this great offseason, getting the first 2 picks in the draft and signing back Lou Hudson. They're still not doing that great. They may end up with the first seed again, although the Mavericks have a pretty good chance of getting it. They have 8 wins on the season. The Mavericks are sucking. I didn't think the Mavericks were going to do that bad. They made some pretty good moves. I didn't think that the Mavericks would be this bad. I mean, they've got Phil Chenier, who's averaging a lot of points. Mark Aguire's pretty good, but he's young. Other than that, they got a bunch of young guys, or not young guys, but made-up guys. I mean, they're really just relying on these two, and I guess I can see why they're not doing well. But let's simulate to the end of the season. Maybe the Jazz get the 1 seed again, or the first overall pick again. That would be crazy. Bob McAdoo, for the 3rd straight season, wins MVP, averaging a double-double. Mark Aguirre wins Rookie of the Year on the Mavs. Seth Boyd is 6th Man of the Year. Bernard King is Defensive Player of the Year. Larry Drew is the Most Improved. So the Mavs have some bright spots, but they just need to get those guys developed a little bit more. Magic Johnson makes All-NBA first team. Larry Bird makes All-NBA second team. Who made all rookie teams? Isaiah was there and Tom Chambers was there, as you would expect them to be. The Jazz did make the playoffs. They were 6th seed. They were the 6th seed this season. Bob McAdoo, we saw his stats. Bernard King averaging 31, Daintley 31, Gervin 29, Phil Chenier on a bad Mavs team averaging 27. I mean, it's as you would expect. Now, hopefully, let me just check real quickly. Hopefully, everything's on 7, so hopefully this goes 7 games. It does go 7 games. Yeah, it does go 7 games. So much it just needed to take into effect next season. The Rockets get out of the first round this time. The Jazz get out of the first round in 7 games against the Seattle Supersonics, with Adrian Daintley dropping 41 in Game 7. This team is good. This Jazz team is good, and it's young, so that also helps. That also really does help. The Knicks swept out the Hawks. Magic Johnson loses to the Nets, and the Pistons get out. So all the top seeds got out this so far. And the Warriors lose again. They are the most disappointing team I've ever seen. They've got Bernard King, they've got Rudy Tomjanovich, they've got Phil Jackson, and they've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But both these guys are older. Bernard King's really just doing it himself. 41 points, 16 rebounds. He's trying to do it himself. He just can't do it. The Jazz are good. The Jazz, they're probably not going to get by. They're probably not going to get by the Rockets, because the Rockets are so dynamic with Bob McAdoo dropping 33, along with Wes Unseld, Tripucka. They've got a good team. Bob McAdoo really could just carry this. And it's a 1 versus 2, Knicks versus Pistons over on the other side. And the Knicks take it. It's going to be a Rockets-Knicks finals. The Jazz got swept out by the Rockets. I tell you, I mean, they made it to the conference finals their first time with Isaiah and Tom Chambers and Kevin McHale, Sidney Moncrief. Just give this team a couple of seasons for Isaiah and Chambers and McHale to grow. This team's going to be scary. I guarantee it. But Bob McAdoo's just in the prime right now. He is killing it. Dr. J's over here destroying things. Eugene O'Brien's dropping 33. This Knicks team looks to defend, but they ran into the buzzsaw that is Bob McAdoo. Nobody can stop the 3-time defending MVP, Bob McAdoo. And with 51 seconds left, 30 seconds left, we're going to jump in and see Bob McAdoo raise a championship for the first time. I don't think he won it on the Braves. He's been on the Braves for a while. Or he was on the Braves for a while, and then he's been on the Rockets. He's only been on 2 teams. 38 points he dropped tonight. So the 3-time defending MVP is going to finally win a championship and dethrone the Knicks. Dethrone Dr. J. Even with Eugene O'Brien playing. Eugene O'Brien's one of the better players on this Knicks team. Kemp will take it up the court to try and get some dignity back for the Knicks. They made it back to the finals, and a bad pass. McAdoo just intercepts it. Carson will walk it up the court and most likely hold it to the final. I mean, the Knicks, they give them credit. They got back to the finals after winning it last season. But the Houston Rockets will take the 1981 NBA Finals. They will bring it back to Houston for the first time in this series. Bob McAdoo has a trophy in Houston. So they get it a couple of seasons early. Well, like a decade earlier than they do in real life. They win it in the 90s with Keem. But McAdoo just can't be stopped. Bob McAdoo is unstoppable. 3-time MVP. And now he just bulldozes his way through the final, or through the playoffs. Absolutely destroys the upstart Jazz in a 4-0 sweep. And then takes out the Doctor on his way to a championship. And he's probably going to win Finals MVP, I would assume. I don't think anybody else is deserving of it. Yeah, there it is. Unseld gets to hold the trophy, but Bob McAdoo gets to hold the Finals MVP. And there they are celebrating. They deserved it. They dominated. They were the 1 seed. They won. They were the best team in the NBA this season, and they just walked right through the playoffs. Really didn't have a challenge. And they got the ring. Congratulations to them. Hayward dropped 31 and 12. Dr. J didn't have that great of a game, 16 points. But Bob McAdoo 39 and 11. You can't stop McAdoo when he's playing like that. 39 and 11, you can't stop him. and the Houston Rockets are NBA champions. Now, who's going to win the bid for Dominique? Is that the #1 pick? You would assume that's the #1 pick. Rick Barry is gone after 7 years in the NBA. Well, 7 years technically. He's 39 already. You know what? I'll let him retire. I'll let him have his time in the sun. Pete Maravich's retired jersey. Why is Pete Maravich's jersey retired? Did Pete Maravich retire? It doesn't say that he retired. Why did they retire Pete Maravich's jersey on the Celtics if he's not retired? I don't understand. I don't understand why they did that. No league meetings. So now we got the draft lottery. Who's gonna win that #1 pick? The Jazz have odds. The Jazz, because of Washington, have a chance. No way this is gonna happen. The Jazz fall. They fell. Whoa, where'd they go? The Jazz are at 12? How'd they have such good odds? I don't know. That would have been crazy. That would have been absolutely crazy if the Jazz would have won the #1 pick again. Now we go to the NBA draft. Who's gonna get Dominique? Who's gonna get Dominique? Who's gonna get James Worthy? Dominique goes to the Bullets. Okay. Dominique goes to the Washington Bullets, the #1 overall pick. Clark Kellogg headed to Boston, the #2 overall pick. James Worthy headed to Milwaukee, the 3rd pick. Who's gonna team up with Larry Bird? Sleepy Floyd teaming up with Larry Bird in Denver. Now the Mavericks get Terry Cummins. Okay, good pick. They need another good young player. Paul Presley headed to Philadelphia. Who's headed to San Antonio? Fat Lever headed to San Antonio. That's a perfect fit for him. Who else is going in this draft? A trade. The Hawks are trading with the Bucks, I think. Whatever. Ricky Pierce headed to Milwaukee, so they weren't satisfied with just 1 pick. James Sullivan. I kind of want to wait until the Jazz are up, just because Mark Eaton headed to the Nets. I want to see who the Jazz get. It's probably just going to be some random guy, right? A trade. The Jazz are trading for Cliff Pondexter from the Celtics. Whoa. The Jazz making moves. Okay. Interesting. So Dominique enters the league as an 81. Everybody else is a 79. The Jazz make a move for... who was it they just made a move for? I just read his name. I can't remember who it was. Hold on. Let me go to the team. The Jazz are making big money moves. They now have Cliff Pondexter to add to this young core. Isaiah Thomas is up to an 84. Tom Chambers, 82. This team has got a chance. This team has a chance. If Lou Hudson can play good, and they need these 2 guys to keep growing, and they need these 2 guys to keep growing, this team will be a championship team. Who are some of the free agents? Kareem, unrestricted. Very, very disappointing run in Oakland with the Warriors, but the Warriors are going to bring him back probably, most likely. They're his only offer. Not the best free agent class here. You got Purvis Short. You got Eugene O'Bryant from the Knicks. He's restricted, though, so he's probably headed back to New York. Bob Dandridge doesn't have any offers. Mo Cheeks has got 3, but he's restricted as well. So let's simulate a couple of days, see where some of these names go. You got Kareem headed back to Oakland with the Warriors. Mo Cheeks headed to the Lakers. He was already there. Yeah, he was already there. He just comes back. Eugene O'Bryant headed back to New York. Purvis Short is headed back to Indiana. So everybody basically just stays where they were. Not really anything crazy happening this year. But 1983 draft class is going to be... Who's in the 1983 draft class? That's not Jordan, is it? Jordan's not 1983, I don't think. I may be mistaken, though. I need to check that. Who's 1983? Jordan's 85, isn't he? I think Jordan's 85. Who's in this one? Ralph Sampson's in this one? Oh, Clyde, the Glide Drexler's in this draft class. Thurl Bailey, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Antoine Carr, Doc Rivers, Doc the Rock Rivers, Byron Scott, Jeff Malone. Okay. I didn't think this was the Michael Jordan class. Derek Harper's there. Okay, so who's gonna win Clyde? Who is gonna win Clyde Drexler in this year's draft? Maybe the Jazz. Maybe the Jazz win Clyde. That would be crazy. But taking a look at some of the teams that I'm excited for this season, obviously the Jazz, because Kevin McHale and Lou Hudson are still here. Well, Sidney Moncrief's still here. Tom Chambers hasn't grown as well as Isaiah Thomas has. Isaiah's already up to an 87. So maybe it'll have to rely on McHale and Isaiah to lead this team. I don't know, but I'll see you guys at the All-Star break, and we'll see how the Jazz are doing and all the other teams are doing. George Gervin leading the league in scoring this season for the Lakers, 34 points. Bob McAdoo at 31. Adrian Dantley, 31 as well. Bernard King. So Bob McAdoo might be falling off a little bit. He is 30. The three-time defending MVP is 30 years old. Larry Bird starting to make his way up there, 28 points. Magic Johnson, 27 points. Dominique in his first season with the Bullets, 25 points. Dominique coming in here and wrecking the league already. Where is Kareem? 19 points for Kareem. All right, Dr. J's got 16 points. Who's the All-Stars so far this season? Not the season awards. NBA All-Stars. Jeff Petrie again, All-Star. Hey, I think he's been an All-Star every single season. Magic Johnson is an All-Star starter. Robert Parrish is there. Nate Archibald. Kareem finally makes it again. It's about time, Kareem. Adrian Dantley, Bob McAdoo, George Gervin, Bernard King. The usual suspects. The usual suspects are here for All-Star Weekend. Pondexter's dropped down. Tom Chambers has not grown at all this season. Isaiah Thomas up to a 90. It's really good. They're really gonna have to rely on Thomas Moncrief and Kevin McHale, the Jazz are, to be able to win anything in this league if they really want to. The prospects I don't think have changed. I think Clyde's still number one, yeah. Then Thurl Bailey, then Ralph Sampson. So who's gonna get Clyde? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and find out. McAdoo for the fourth season in a row. For the fourth season in a row is the MVP. He can't be stopped. He's the greatest of all time. 31 points per game. Clark Kellogg is Rookie of the Year. Bill Willoughby is Sixth Man of the Year. Bernard King, Defensive Player back-to-back. Larry Nance is Most Improved. This is outrageous. 4 in a row for Bob McAdoo. He cannot be stopped. He just can't ever be stopped. It's unbelievable. He's going crazy. He is absolutely going crazy. League leaders, Gervin still led the league in scoring, 34 points per game, 31 for Adrian Dantley. McAdoo only averaged 31, but he also had 10 rebounds, 11 rebounds basically. That's why he won MVP. Marcus Johnson leads the Spurs to the 1 seed. Remember, they were the 1 seed. I don't know if you caught that, but they were the 1 seed this season. The Jazz are the 5th seed. Larry Bird averaging 27. I don't know how this Jazz team is not better, but they got to go up against the Rockets. They faced the Rockets in the conference finals last season. Now they got to go up against the Rockets in the first round. Can they get by them? The Hawks gone. The Jazz are gone again. They cannot get past the Rockets. Bob McAdoo is the kryptonite. And the Spurs lose in the 1 seed versus the 8 seed. The Blazers, how did that happen? Who is on the Blazers anymore? I don't even remember. Petrie and Walton still on the Blazers. Okay, they just upset the number 1 seed. Okay, good on you. The Knicks and the Bulls over on the eastern side won, and the Bulls lose to the Cavs. Magic Johnson finally makes it to the conference finals. I think it's his first time he's made it to the conference finals. He upsets Alex English. Magic Johnson, triple-double. Let's go, Magic. Got to get your chance to win it. And finally, the Warriors. Are playing up to their potential with Bernard King and Kareem. You gotta be playing good, my guys. But they're running up against the 4-time MVP. And they beat it. Bob McAdoo has been defeated by Bernard King, who dropped 40 and 11. Bernard King's out here playing. McAdoo's 23 and 8, so the defending champs fall, but Magic got swept out by the Knicks. Dr. J, for the 3rd straight season, is in the NBA Finals. The Knicks have found something here with Dr. J and Campy Russell. They found something here. Not Campy Russell, Spencer Haywood. I was looking at the Cavs. With Spencer Haywood and Dr. J, and Eugene O'Brien's gone crazy right now. But can Kareem get a ring? I don't think Kareem's got one. Oh, the Knicks with a 3-0 lead over Kareem and the Warriors. Can Dr. J go 2 for 3? He won one the start of the video. He lost to the Rockets and Bob McAdoo last season, and now he's back. He just had to get past Bob McAdoo, and Dr. J is a world champion again, but this time Eugene O'Brien wins MVP. So congratulations to him. Who's gonna get Clyde Drexler though? That's a big one. Some big names retiring: Jamal Wilkes, Truck Robinson, Paul Westphal, Brandon Knight. I don't know why Brandon Knight was in the league. Phil Jackson retiring, Henry Bibby, George McGinnis. Some big names. Big names were gone. League meetings, got to reject all of these things. Make sure the league is still the same. Draft lottery, who's getting the #1 pick? The Jazz have a chance again, surprisingly. Can they do it? Please, Jazz. Oh, they stay at 5. The Jazz stay at 5, which still means they're gonna get a pretty good pick, but the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Mavs have the top 3 picks. So let's go to the NBA draft and see who's gonna get Clyde Drexler. The Milwaukee Bucks take Ralph Sampson instead of Clyde. Okay, Celtics have a chance. They get Clyde Drexler. The Boston Celtics now have Clyde. Okay, Mavericks, Andrew Beasley, 7-foot center. Okay, they might have needed a big man, I guess. The Sixers take Sidney Green, and here come the Jazz, ladies and gentlemen. Here come the Jazz. Dale Ellis, shooting guard from Tennessee. Okay, interesting. Thurl Bailey goes. Doc Rivers headed to Atlanta. I think Ralph Sampson's still on the board, isn't he? Yeah, Ralph's still here. Nobody's taking Ralph. Antoine Carr. A trade. The Lakers trading for Michael Cooper. Okay, the Nets, they wanted Ronald Patrick. Okay, okay, we forget it. We're gonna find out where Ralph goes later. Oh, Ralph went #1. I'm such an idiot. He's an 80 overall. Clyde is 79. Doc's is 73. Byron Scott's is 77. Was there anybody else of note that was down here? Derek Harper goes to the Supersonics. Anybody else in the first round? I don't think so. We don't need to worry about the second round. There shouldn't be anybody here. Yeah. So Sampson, I'm stupid. I should have realized that, goes to the Bucks, and then Clyde to the Celtics. The Jazz get Dale Ellis. So maybe the Jazz needed somebody of Dale's skills. Let's check out the Jazz's team. See how they're looking now. Kevin McHale's up to a 93. He'll probably grow more once player progression happens. Isaiah Thomas is still a 90, and then Dale Ellis is 79. So shooting guard wise, oh, they don't have Sidney Moncrief anymore. Sidney's a free agent, but is he restricted? Where's Sidney at? Wait, was Sidney not on the team? What? Did I miss him? Hold on. Where's Sidney Moncrief at? Was he not on the Jazz? I'm not going crazy, am I? Sidney Moncrief's not here. But he's not a free agent. What? Where did they trade Sidney? They didn't trade Sidney, did they? Hold on. They didn't trade Sidney. Trades to the Jazz. No, they didn't trade Sidney Moncrief, so I don't know where he went. He just disappeared. Their former #1 overall pick. It's just gone now. But we've got Magic re-signing with the Cavs. You figured he would after his rookie contract. Spencer Haywood back with the Knicks. Unseld back with the Rockets. Larry Bird back with the Nuggets. There's Moncrief. He was a free agent. He just dropped in overall. He's still back with the Jazz. Bill Walton back with the Blazers. So nobody really changing teams this time. Bill Laimbeer still with the Spurs, right? Yeah, still with the Spurs. Paxson back with the Supersonics. Earl Monroe with the Bullets. There wasn't anybody else big. Petrie, a 99 overall, but he's 31. He's been an all-star basically every season. He's got no offers. We'll have to see where he goes. He still has no offers. Jeff Petrie does not have any offers in free agency. He makes it to free agency. Okay, I think something happened with the salary cap, because Jeff Petrie should not be a free agent. Is he still a free agent? No, somebody picked him up. So who picked up Jeff Petrie? Who picked him up? The Mavericks got a steal. Okay, the Mavericks get an absolute steal. They're making, look at this team. This team's only been in the league for like 2 seasons now. This is their 3rd season or something. And they've already got a pretty solid team built. So the draft class, I'm going to go load up. The 1984 draft class is upon us here. Who's in the 1984 draft class? I don't know for sure. Is this the Jordan one? We're getting close to the Jordan one. I know that. Oh, this is the Hakeem one. This is the Jordan one. This is the Jordan one. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that they don't have Barkley in here because they can't have Barkley in here. So I'm gonna go add Charles Barkley, and then I'll come back to you guys. All right, so I've got Charles Barkley in the class. He is the #1 projected prospect, apparently. I don't know why, but he is. Michael Jordan's here. Hakeem is here. John Stockton. Sam Perkins, Sam Bowie, Kevin Willis, Otis Thorpe, Jerome Kersey. This is a good class. This is a good young class for the league. I'm excited to see who gets Jordan, who gets Charles Barkley. I'm excited. I am really excited for this. The Warriors, Bernard King's a 95. Who's some of the best players in the league right now? Magic Johnson has jumped up to a 99 overall. Then you got Bob McAdoo, JoJo White, Kevin McHale, George Gervin, Bernard King, Archibald, Isaiah Thomas, and Moncrief. Okay. We might have to follow the Cavs this season with Magic being a 99 overall. All right, I'll see you guys at the All-Star break to see how everybody's playing this year and see who's in the hunt for the MVP. Maybe it's Bob McAdoo for the 5th straight season. We don't know. Eugene O'Bryant is taking over the league. He was the Finals MVP last season on the Knicks, and now he's averaging 35, leading the NBA in scoring. This man is a monster. He's a menace to society. He went from averaging no points to averaging 14, and then he's just gone up. He just keeps going. This man is an absolute menace to society. He is an NBA champion. He's an all-star, I think. No, not an all-star. He's a 2-time NBA champion. He's been on these Knicks teams. George Gervin with 33. Daintley's still up there, 32. McAdoo, 31 years old. He's got 31 points. And Magic at 99 overall, 31 points. Larry Bird got 25. Archibald's got 21. He's getting up there in age too. His best years are probably behind him. Isaiah Thomas has got 19. Clark Kellogg's got 18, the defending rookie of the year. Dr. J somehow ends up on the Blazers. The Knicks traded him? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We got to look at the transaction report. So Danny Ainge gets traded to the Jazz. He's on the Jazz now. The Blazers trade Junior Bridgman and Jason Henry for Dr. J and Larry Steele. So a straight up 2-for-2 swap. Okay, the Knicks going crazy with that. The 76ers get a first round pick for World Be Free. We got to look at these trades more. These trades are crazy. I cannot believe that Dr. Dre just got traded to the Blazers of all teams. Let me find the Portland Trail Blazers. Here they are. Dr. J's 36, 87 overall, but now he joins Bill Walton. Okay. Crazy times we live in. Crazy times that we live in right now. All-star voting. Petrie once again there. Isaiah Thomas makes it for the first time as a starter too. George Gervin, Bernard King. There's no Eugene O'Bryant, even though he's leading the league in scoring. He's not an all-star. Magic Johnson makes it. Still no Larry Bird though. No Larry Bird on the all-star team. So let's simulate to the end of the season, see if Eugene O'Bryant wins MVP or if one of these real guys comes up and takes it from him. Eugene O'Bryant, my guy, has won the MVP. He dethrones the 4-time defending MVP Bob McAdoo. Clyde Drexler wins Rookie of the Year on the Celtics. Seth Boyd is the 6th Man of the Year. The Knicks have got some pretty good young guys, apparently. Bernard King wins DPOI, and Fat Lever wins the Most Improved. So we're going to have to watch out for Eugene O'Bryant because he is a menace to society right now, apparently. He wants to go off on all these fools right now. And he's got the Knicks as the 1 seed. The Blazers don't make the playoffs with Dr. J, but the Jazz, ladies and gentlemen, the Jazz are the 1 seed. Wow, okay, so let's see what happened. Let's see what happened around the league. Eugene O'Brien, like we saw, led the league in scoring. Gervin wasn't that far behind him. Look at these stats, though. Gervin has really picked it up since joining LA. 29, 34, and then 32 the past couple of seasons. Magic Johnson's got 32, Daly 31. McAdoo's starting to drop off a little bit, not the craziest. Dominique in his second season has got 27. Bernard King with 26. Larry Bird with 25. Okay, I can see it. Come on, Utah. We need you to finally pick up some steam here and get to the NBA Finals. They do make it out of the first round. It took them 7 games to get past Phoenix. But Lou Hudson, Isaiah Thomas, Moncrief, Kevin McHale, they all did their part. And Phoenix falls to the 1 seed. The Spurs get out. The Mavericks get out of the first round. The Lakers fall. The Rockets, Bob McAdoo out in the first round because of the Warriors. That's interesting. That's pretty crazy, actually. Bob McAdoo gone in the first round after being a 4-time MVP, which is because Bernard King is that guy. All right, who's going to get out of the second round? The Warriors beat the Jazz. Okay. So Isaiah falls in the second round to Bernard King and Kareem, who had 25 and 15. Bernard had 31 and 11. And they dethrone the Jazz. The Spurs fall to the 6th-seeded Mavericks. Who's on this Mavericks team? Oh, yeah, that's the Jeff Petrie team. That's right. That's the Petrie team and Chenier and Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummins. This is actually a pretty decent team. Okay, 35 and 10. I can't believe they just signed him out of nowhere. That's crazy. And now it's a Magic versus Eugene O'Brien conference finals. Who's going to win it? And Magic Johnson gets to the NBA Finals for the first time in his career. He beats the Knicks and Eugene O'Brien, the MVP, who dropped 41 in the game, so it wasn't his fault they lost. He dropped 41 in that game. Magic drops 37, and he's on his way to the finals. And Kareem gets one more shot at an NBA championship, along with Bernard King, who's really carrying the team. He's really been doing the work. Bernard gets game 1 with the Warriors. Game 2, come on, Magic, fight back. There's game 3 as a win. Oh, no, it's a 3-1 lead for the Warriors. Can Magic Johnson and this Cavs team come back? I don't think they can. I don't think they can. Bernard King and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar finally, after all these years of struggling, finally get a ring, ladies and gentlemen. Magic just couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done. Mullins dropped 36 in that game. Magic at 33, but he just didn't have enough supporting cast. JoJo White wasn't enough. He tried. He got to the finals at least. So that's good. But now we get to the important part. Michael Jordan is in this draft. Pete Maravich retires, even though his jersey got retired like 2 seasons ago by the Celtics. I don't know what happened there. Earl Monroe is also retiring. I would assume... Oh, none of them made the Hall of Fame. Okay, whatever. I guess if you don't want him in the Hall of Fame, they don't need to be in the Hall of Fame. Draft lottery. Who's going to deserve the right to get Michael Jordan? The Bullets, the Blazers, and the Sixers. Where are the Jazz at? The Jazz are 20th. So the Washington Bullets, where are the Bulls? The Bulls are 21st, so they have no chance of getting Michael Jordan. Who's going to get Barkley? That's another interesting one. All right, NBA draft time, ladies and gentlemen. The 1984 NFL draft is here. The Washington Bullets select Charles Barkley. Whoa, okay. So Barkley goes 1 to the Bullets. The Blazers get a trade to the Bulls? Oh! The Blazers trade for Barkley. What? The scenes. The absolute scenes. And now the Bullets take John Stockton. Okay. I cannot believe it. They trade the Barkley pick to the Blazers. What a wild scene right now. The Sixers, they take Michael Jordan. The Philadelphia Sixers have their guy. The Philadelphia 76ers have their guy. Hakeem goes to the Kings. I cannot believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Wild scenes. Absolutely wild scenes. Kevin Willis heads to Denver to team up with Larry Bird. Michael Young to the Clippers. Sam Bowie to the Pacers. Jeff Turner to the Cavs. Otis Thorpe to the Nets. I don't think there's anybody else big that we need to see here. We saw some other ones. The Mavericks get Jerome Kersey. So let's go to the end of the draft. Barkley is a 90 overall already, and the Blazers traded him away. Or wait, no, why is he 38? Oh, I'll change that. He's not going to be 38. Don't worry. He's not going to be 38. Stockton goes 2. Jordan goes 3. He's 84 overall. Hakeem is 82. He goes to the Kings. Was there anybody else of note that went later after we skipped? No, there was not. So big moves for the NBA draft. I can't believe that actually happened. That was crazy. All right, I'm gonna go change Barkley's age, and I think I'm gonna also update some of the logos and some of the team names, just so we can get, because we're in the 80s now, we're getting more towards the modern day, so I'm gonna go do that. All right, so I changed Barkley's age and his years pro, so now he's in contention for the Rookie of the Year. He's 20 years old, I think I made him. And now it's time for free agency. Unrestricted Bob McAdoo, former 4-time MVP in a row. Right in a row. And then 2-time NBA champion Bob McAdoo. Where's he gonna go? I don't know. Restricted free agent Kevin McHale, so he'll probably end back with the Jazz. Archibald's a free agent, but he's a little bit older. Jack Sikma is unrestricted. Adrian Dantley is unrestricted. He has no offers either. Okay. Some decent names in free agency this year. Who's going to get picked up where? Bob McAdoo heads back to the Rockets. McHale back to the Jazz. Archibald with the 76ers. That's where he's been, for a couple seasons now. Jack Sikma back with the Supersonics. Dantley back with the Supersonics. So everybody just decides to go back to where they were. That's all right. I was hoping for a little bit of craziness, but you can't really ask for too much. There wasn't really anybody else in free agency. Now we got the 1985 draft. The 1984 season is upon us. Michael Jordan's a rookie. How will he do? Charles Barkley's a rookie. How will he do? I don't know what to think anymore. The 1985 draft is here. It's loaded in. I gotta take a look at it because I don't know who's in the 1985 draft. When does Len Bias come into the league? Oh, Patrick Ewing's in this draft. Big poggers right here. Patrick Ewing, Xavier McDaniel, Karl Malone, we don't mess with him. Chris Mullin, Joe Dumars, Hot Rod Williams, Charles Oakley, Terry Porter. Okay. Detlef Schrempf is in the, I just have to say his name like that. I don't know why. Manu Bol is in this. He's 7'7". Spud Webb, he's 5'7". Oh, man. All right, this is a good class. Adrian Dantley Jr. What? Adrian Dantley Jr.? Your father's not even out of the league yet. We're going to let it roll. We're going to let it roll because that'll be funny. Seeing his father and him play in the same thing. I don't even know if that, does he even have a kid? I don't even know. I don't even know if he has a kid. But I've got to go and update some of the teams because it wouldn't let me do it in the off season. So I'm going to have to go do that. 1985. I got to check quickly, see when Len Bias comes in the league. All right, so I just checked. Len Bias comes in next year in 1986, but obviously, sadly, he passed away before he even played a game in the NBA. So Len Bias will be in this save, but now that I know he comes in 1986, that's good to know. So he will be in the draft class for this next season. But 1985 draft class is in. Patrick Ewing's here. I got Charles Barkley here. So he's 90 overall, so he's going to be a good rookie right away. I am interested in this Jazz team still. They're growing. Isaiah's a 95. Kevin McHale's a 96. Moncrief's a 93. So, I mean, they've got some potential here to be a good team. They've already shown that they could be a good team. They've been the number 1 seed. Magic's a 98. Where's Michael? What team did Michael go to? Michael Jordan went to the... Where did Michael go? There he is. He's on the Sixers. That's right. He went to the 76ers. He's an 85 overall already, 21 years old. He's going to have to take over for Nate Archibald. He doesn't really have a lot of help. Oh, Michael, you're going to be in trouble for a couple seasons, aren't you? You're going to be in trouble for a couple seasons. But now I'm going to go update some of the logos, and then I will see you guys at the All-Star break. All right, so before we get the season started, I just want to show you that I updated some of the logos for the 1980s and into the 90s. We got a new Cavs logo, a new Hawks logo, a new Kings logo because now they're in Sacramento, an updated Nets logo, Pistons, Pacers, Celtics are now more updated, Knicks are more updated. On the western side, the Lakers are more updated. The Mavs have not updated yet, but I will update them. The Clippers are now in LA. They're updated. The Sonics are updated, and the Nuggets are updated. So more of these teams will be updated once we get to the 90s, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on some of the ones that I updated now for the 80s. So now we have a more modern look to the franchise or to the series. So now it's time to simulate to the All-Star break and see what happens. I am on the 76ers because I want to follow Michael Jordan. So let's see what happens. All right, Eugene O'Bryant continues to dominate the league, but Dominique Wilkins is coming up for him. 30 points this season. That's up 3 from last season. Magic Johnson as well, averaging 30. Daintley's averaging 29. George Gervin, 28. Alex English finally stepping it up here. He might win, actually, he might win Most Improved. He stepped it up a lot. Then you got Alan Forbes, Bob McAdoo, 32 years old, kind of falling off a little bit. Michael Jordan in his rookie season, 25. Where is Barkley at? Where's Chuck Barkley? Chuck, where are you at? You're a 90-something overall. Did I pass him? I couldn't have passed him already. He's on the Blazers. Chuck's not averaging under 10. Chuck, you're averaging 14 in your first season? Wow, the #1 overall pick's not going to win Rookie of the Year doing that. Interesting. We've got all-star voting. Isaiah Thomas makes as a starter. The same starters as usual. No Michael Jordan, though, in his first season. Magic Johnson makes it as a starter. Okay, some usual guys. Mark Aguirre's there as well. James Worthy, first-time all-star. Dominique is there. Alex English. Okay, I'm telling you, Alex English might win. He might win offensive or Most Improved. He's looking pretty solid. But now it's time to simulate to the end of the season, see who wins MVP, and then head to the playoffs. Magic Johnson gets the MVP. Congratulations to him. 30 points a game, 9 assists. Jordan wins Rookie of the Year, 25 points a game for Michael Jordan. Bernard King wins Defensive Player of the Year. Doc Rivers steals the Most Improved from Alex English. I don't know about that. I thought Alex was playing pretty well. I mean, Alex does make All-NBA first team. I don't know how much he improved. I don't know. It's crazy, but whatever. I didn't choose it. Michael Jordan makes all rookie first team along with Charles Barkley. What did he finish with? 15 points. That's not good. That's not good, Chuck. What are you doing, my guy? You got to get better than that if you want to keep up with Michael. But Dominique does take over the scoring title from Eugene O'Bryant. Magic's there as well. Daintley still, same guys as usual. Jordan's up there with 25. Bird with 25 too. All right, interesting. Jordan does make the playoffs in his first season as the 8th seed. Chuck does not. Denver, finally there. Larry Bird going up against the Warriors. That's an interesting one. We're going to see who takes the first round. Magic Johnson eliminated in the first round. I did notice that. And Larry Bird gone as well. Utah makes it out. Isaiah Thomas still playing pretty well. Bob McAdoo, I think it's time Bob McAdoo's done. I think Bob McAdoo's finally hit his wall. Jordan is out in the first round of the playoffs by the Knicks. How'd he do in that final game? Dropped 27, but it's just him and Archibald, really. So surprised they made the 8th seed, but Eugene O'Bryant drops 35. The Bulls are the 2 seed with Alex English. The Knicks and the Celtics. This is a good playoffs. The Jazz are gone. Celtics are gone. Bucks are gone. It's a 1 versus 2 and a 1 versus a 3. What happened over here in the Warriors? Who's over here? Kareem's still here, and so is Bernard King. And they're just killing it. Bernard King is just still doing it. Isaiah Thomas finally falls to Marcus Johnson, and Bill Laimbeer's here as well. Over on the eastern side, Clyde Drexler wasn't enough to stop Eugene O'Bryant. Eugene O'Bryant is the god. He is that guy. Alex English was too much for Larry Nance and Bob Dandridge. Who's going to go to the finals? It's the Knicks and the Warriors. Is this a repeat of last year? I'm pretty sure this is a repeat of last year. Eugene O'Bryant is that guy. Eugene O'Bryant. When you think of the greatest players of all time, you think of Eugene O'Bryant because he is that guy apparently. But the Warriors, Knicks fight back 2-2. Knicks fight back 2-2. 3-2 series lead for the Warriors. Are Bernard King and Kareem gonna get another ring? I hope so. Kareem needs to get these. Oh, they're blowing them out. They're absolutely blowing them out. We're jumping in 143-114. Eugene Bryant couldn't get it done. The Knicks are gonna lose, and the Warriors are going to take this one. Kareem's going to get another ring along with Bernard King. Congratulations to them. Oh, Bernard. Oh, Eugene O'Brien is that guy. Eugene O'Brien is that guy. But that's going to do it. Mullins will walk it out. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, along with Bernard King, who really has been carrying this team the entire way, are the NBA champions. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Kareem hugging Bernard King because he knows that Bernard carried him to that championship. So he's got to hug it out so that he can thank him for getting that championship. I think they won it in New York. Yeah, they did. They won it in New York. Eugene O'Brien couldn't get it done. He's a baller, but he couldn't get this done. Who's going to win MVP? I think it's going to be Bernard King. I would assume he'd be holding it. Yep, Bernard King is holding it. Who's that guy holding the trophy? Give it to Kareem. Let Kareem hold that trophy. There's Kareem popping the champagne. Pouring it on the heads of players because the NBA champions are Golden State Warriors. Kareem and Bernard King. Rudy Tomjanovich is there as well. The final box score. I mean, O'Brien, he dropped 35 in that game. It just wasn't enough because Frederick Mullins, the guy that was holding the trophy, dropped 41 in this game. Bernard King drops 35. Kareem only had 14. Yeah, Bernard really carried him to this championship. That is for sure. He's got only one championship. Wait, I thought that the Warriors won one. They did. Wait, no. That says 1971. So I thought they won one already. I don't know. He carried him to one ring at least. I thought that they had two now. I thought this was their second. Maybe they were in the finals and lost. I don't know. But Bernard King gets one. Who's going to get Patrick Ewing, though? It's not going to be the Knicks because the Knicks were in the finals. Walt Frazier and Bob Love retire on the Supersonics. Dick Van Arsdale on the Mavericks. Gail Goodrich, Doug Collins. Kareem is out of here. Kareem said, I'm out after winning a championship. Wow, okay. So he won one NBA champion, or he won two NBA championships in back-to-back. Now this says back-to-back seasons. Oh! I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. They won back-to-back titles. That's what it was. I knew they had won one before. I'm such an idiot. It hadn't counted it yet. Duh. God, I'm so stupid. But Kareem, he couldn't do anything in LA. He had 3 seasons there. Then he finally chooses Golden State. They win back-to-back titles right here. And then he says, I'm out. So he's calling it a career after 12 years in the league and 2 NBA championships. I hope he's in the Hall of Fame. He is, along with Walt Frazier. Are they going to get their jerseys retired? I don't think they're going to get their jerseys retired. That's fine, though. They don't need to have their jerseys retired. League realignment. I don't think we need to do any league realignment. I am a little bit curious, though, because when I went to expansion, I can only expand one more team now. And I'm a little bit worried that I'm not going to be able to expand and get the Miami Heat, the Raptors, the Grizzlies. Are those the only teams I'm missing? Who else am I missing? The Bobcats and the Hornets. Well, now the Pelicans. I'm missing those teams, and I'm a little bit worried that I'm not going to be able to have them in here. I'm scared. Because we're getting to the point where those teams come into the league, but they're not, because I only have one expansion roster spot left. Because if we look at this, all these teams are still here, obviously. So if I get rid of them, that means that they're out of here, right? Yeah, you cannot remove a user selected team. So if I remove them, that means they don't exist anymore, I would assume, right? I think so, but I only have one spot left, so I'm kind of worried that I'm not going to be able to get those teams in here. But we do have the draft lottery. Who's going to win the chance to get Patrick Ewing? The Sacramento Kings, the Hawks because of the Portland Trailblazers, and the Pacers. Where are the 76ers? They have 2 picks back-to-back because of the Clippers. So they might be getting Jordan some help. Interesting. The 1985 NBA draft is upon us. Who's going number 1? Karl Malone. We don't mess with him, so we're going to skip right by. He goes number 1 to the Kings. The Hawks take Patrick Ewing. So he goes number 2 to the Atlanta Hawks. The Pacers take Chris Mullin. All right. The Suns take Joe Dumars. Interesting pick. The Pistons take Charles Oakley. The Nets, Xavier McDaniel. Now we come up to Jordan's team. Who's going to get him? Hot Rod Williams to help out Michael Jordan. And Detlef Schrempf. I have to say his name like that. Those are the 2 guys that are going to be helping out Michael Jordan in the coming days or in the coming seasons. So Malone enters in an 81. Ewing enters in an 82. Then you got Oakley as a 78. McDaniels a 79. Both of the 76ers picks are 77s. John Kunkak, however you say his name, is a 74. The Hawks also get Manute Bol. So they drafted they drafted Patrick Ewing and Manute Bol. Why did they need 2 centers? I don't know. But they have him. Brad Daugherty, or that's not Brad Daugherty, that's Don Daugherty. He also goes to the Hawks. The Hawks get 3 centers in the draft? What are they doing out here? They're going to go play huge basketball. I don't know why they're drafting 3 centers. Restricted free agent Isaiah Thomas. Bernard King is unrestricted. And so is George Gervin. What kind of offers is he getting? The Lakers are offering, and the Warriors. The Warriors are offering George Gervin. Marcus Johnson, Alex English, Robert Parrish. Okay, let's simulate a couple days, see where some of these big names go. This is big. Isaiah Thomas has not accepted any contract yet. Bernard King heads back to Oakland to defend that championship. He has no more Kareem, though. JoJo White goes back to Cleveland. George Gervin heads back to LA. Everybody's going back to the same teams. I wanted some craziness to happen, guys. We still have a couple of guys unsigned. Isaiah Thomas, Robert Parrish, Larry Nance, Mark Aguirre. Some guys still need to sign contracts, but where did they go? Mark Aguirre goes back to the Mavericks. Isaiah Thomas heads to the Mavericks as well. Along with Robert Parrish, the Dallas Mavericks steal Isaiah from the Jazz. The Jazz didn't want to match his offer. They do bring back Tom Chambers and Danny Ainge. I can't believe that. Isaiah Thomas is done with the Jazz and is headed to Dallas. Whoa. Hold on a minute. The Jazz had so much potential. The Jazz had so much potential and they just didn't do anything with it. They could never get to past the conference finals. They have Jeff Petrie and Isaiah Thomas now and Robert Parrish as their big guys, along with Terry Cummins, Phil Chenier. This is a good Mavericks team. They're going to be interesting to watch now with Isaiah Thomas. I do want to check out the Hawks because they have so many centers now. They have Bob Bigelow, Mickey Johnson, Gus Williams, Doc Rivers, Patrick Ewing. Then they go down here. They got Manute Bol as well. I don't know why they have so many centers. Let me find the Jazz. Where are the Jazz at? Utah Jazz. There they are. They got Kevin McHale, Sidney Moncrief still. So, I mean, they're not as bad, but they had so much potential. Think of the team that they had. They had both of these guys. They had a younger Lou Hudson and Isaiah Thomas. And they couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't do anything with it. That's a little bit upsetting for them. Then we move to the 76ers. Michael Jordan's now an 82 or 92, but player progression has not happened yet, so we'll see what happens after that. The 1986 NBA draft. Who's in that? Who's in the 1986 NBA draft? We'll have to wait and find out, I guess. These stuff has gone crazy, man. I mean, this is absolutely wild. So it's Dennis Rodman. There's Brad Daugherty. I knew he was coming up soon. Ron Harper, Mark Price, Arvydas Sabonis, Brad Daugherty, Chuck Person, Scott Skiles, the single game assist leader, Magic Johnson Jr. Why is the guy named Magic Johnson Jr. in this? Dennis Rodman. Okay, Jeff Hornacek. Okay, it's a decent draft class. I might have to change this guy's name to not be Magic Johnson Jr., but other than that, it's a decent draft class. I don't know who's gonna get who. Arvydas Sabonis, Brad Daugherty. It's a pretty big center class. Pretty good center class. Big Dennis Rodman, who's gonna get him? I don't know. 1986, we'll have to wait and find out. I'm going to follow the 76ers again because Michael Jordan's on the 76ers, so we're going to follow them again. And taking a look around the league, Jordan's still a 92. All players, Magic Johnson's a 98, so there's no 99s in the league right now. No 99s. Kevin McHale, then Bernard King, James Worthy. Some guys are getting up there in age. George Gervin's getting up there in age a little bit. Bob McAdoo's a 33. JoJo White's 35. Young Jordan's 22. Where's Barkley at? What has happened to Charles Barkley? He's 21, 91 overall. Barkley, you got to play better, my guy. 15 points last season. You're going to have to step it up. You are definitely going to step it up. Adrian Dantley, he's starting to slip a little bit. What was it? What's his award history? He won 1 MVP. He got 3 All-Stars so far. No championships, though. The Supersonics, I remember back in the early parts, had really good teams, and they just never did anything with it. So a little bit of a missed opportunity for them. Eugene O'Brien, 89 overall. This man is a bucket. This man is an absolute bucket. What does he play? He's a shooting guard. He's got A+3. This dude is crazy. He averaged 33 a couple of seasons ago when they won the championship. My God. I think, right, when they won the championship, or is that when that might be when the Warriors won their championships. I don't know. Let me quickly go check the league history. NBA history. So, past champions. So, the Warriors have back-to-back. Then the Knicks have 2. I thought the Knicks had 2, but the Rockets got 1 in there. They had 3 straight appearances, though. The Knicks had 3 straight appearances, and they lost 1. The Blazers have 2. Bill Walton got 2 of them. The Rockets have 2. The Celtics got 1, and the Bullets were the first ever champions. Okay. So, that's interesting. So we go from 1975, 76, 7, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, and now we're in the 85 season with the 86 draft class. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. I think we're going to wrap it up here with the 1986 or the 1985 season upon us. And actually, you know what? We'll finish this season out, and then we'll start at 1986. We'll pick up at 1986. So let's simulate this season, and we'll start at we'll finish the season after this. We'll finish the episode after this season. All right, Magic Johnson halfway through the season, leading the league in scoring with 38 points per game. George Gervin right there again. Eugene O'Brien right there again. Bernard King. The usual suspects are here. Larry Bird averaging 28. Michael Jordan averaging 28 as well. Patrick Ewing 27. Isaiah Thomas now on the Mavericks 24. Bob McAdoo at 33 is averaging 28 points per game. James Worthy on the Bucks is averaging 21. Hakeem in his rookie season, not his rookie season, his second season, averaging 20. John Stockton 20 and 13. Kevin McHale 19. Who's in the All-Star game this season? It is Jeff Petrie once again. Isaiah Thomas, Bob McAdoo, Bernard King, George Gervin, Sleepy Floyd, Adrian Dantley, Terry Cummins, Magic Johnson. No Michael Jordan, though? No Michael Jordan for the All-Star team. He'll get there. No Larry Bird either. No Larry Bird either. The prospects, I don't think, have changed at all. Has anybody moved up or anything? I don't think so. No, everybody looks the same. Okay, so now we'll simulate to the end of the season and see who's going to be winning this championship. Magic Johnson wins the MVP this year, averaging 37 points per game. Patrick Ewing is the Rookie of the Year with 26. Zach Rose wins Sixth Man. Defense Player of the Year is Kevin McHale. Antoine Carr wins Most Improved. All right. So Magic Johnson wins MVP this season. He's finally getting into things. Larry Bird is All-NBA First Team. All-NBA Second Team, Michael Jordan is there. George Gervin, Dominique, Isaiah Thomas. That's a good, look at this All-NBA Second Team. That's a good All-NBA Second Team. All-Rookie Team. Okay. Nope, Barkley, though. I didn't see where Barkley went. Season stats, lead leaders. Where is Chuck? Did he really not have that great of a season again? Come on, Barkley. 19 again. 19, Barkley. You're supposed to be the best. You were the #1 overall pick. Come on, Chuck. You got to do better than that. You just got to do better. We've got the 1 seed. The Sixers did make it again. So Jordan's been in the league 2 years, and he's made the playoffs both seasons. So let's see what happens here. And Jordan gets eliminated again. So Michael Jordan, 2 seasons, can't get out of the first round of the playoffs because Dominique just dropped 47. Oh my God. Dropping 47 on Jordan. And then Stockton had 20 assists too. He's dropping dimes. The Bulls get out. Magic Johnson wins MVP and loses in the first round, gets swept by Alex English and Kiki Vanderway. He dropped 37, 7, and 10, so it's not like he didn't try. Who wins the next round? Kings are gone, so it's going to be Dallas and Seattle. Who's on Dallas again? Oh, yeah, Isaiah Thomas is there. Isaiah might get his ring. Adrian Dantley, he takes out Sacramento with Hakeem. There's no way. No. Hold on. Sacramento does not have Hakeem and Karl Malone. Wait. How did they get both of these guys? I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. They were on the same team. That's wild. And they lose to Adrian Dantley. Okay. The Bulls lose, and the Bullets keep going on. The Nets lose. I keep putting the two together. So Dominique is out. It's gonna be Isaiah Thomas versus Clyde Drexler, right? He's on this team. Well, yeah. Clark Kellogg's the main man though right now. Isaiah Thomas finally gets an opportunity to win a championship. I think this is the first time he's ever been in the finals. Let's go game by game, see if Isaiah can get a championship. It's 1-1 right now, 2-1 Mavs, 3-1 Mavs. Is Isaiah Thomas gonna finally get a ring? It's taken him so long to finally get to the NBA Finals. He needed to be on a new team. The Jazz just wasn't doing it. Oh, this is a tight one. 1 point game. The Celtics are up by 1. I need to take myself off of both teams and get the camera angle. There we go. Who's going to win? Will Isaiah get a championship or will the Celtics fight back? With 1:08 to go, Terry Cummins has the ball off the inbound, gives it to Chenier. Guarded by some guy, I'm not sure who it is. A screen. Phil Chenier trying to drive in the lane, lays it up, and it's good. The Dallas Mavericks take the lead. It's the first lead of the night for the Mavericks. Okay, the Clyde Drexler and Clark Kellogg have been killing it right now. And Drexler off the backboard, no good. Terry Cummins rebounds it, gives it to Chenier. The Mavs need to do something here to keep this lead. Chenier's gonna waste a lot of clock. Find the man open, Beasley. Underneath, it's a 3-point game. It's a 3-point game. The Mavericks lead with the championship in the balance here. Clyde Drexler, he's got to make something happen here. A jumper, no good. You had an open lane, Clyde. You had an open lane and you missed it. Oh, you took the jumper. All right, we're going to have to simcast a little bit. Not simcast live. Hold on, pause game. We're going to have to jump in here and then simcast. I can't believe that. All right, 13 seconds left, 7 seconds left. Jump in. They're at the free throw line again. 18 points, 118 to 115. Terry Cummins at the line. He shoots the free throw. It's good. 119, 115. I think Isaiah Thomas is about ready to get a championship here. I'm going to stay in here because I don't... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to stay in because I don't want to give them any unfair advantage. So we're going to let Clyde go. 115 to 120. Perkins to Tarlac for 3. No good. And your Dallas Mavericks win a championship. Isaiah Thomas doesn't. He needed to be out of Utah. He just couldn't do it. With all that potential, though, that's the crazy thing. All the potential they had with Kevin McHale and Sidney Moncrief. They had so many good young guys. They just couldn't, it didn't ever work. So then Isaiah signs with the Mavericks. I think this is his first season with the Mavericks too. And he goes to the championship game and they win it. The Dallas Mavericks are your NBA champions. Hey man, good for them. Good for them for winning the NBA championship. Who's going to get the MVP? Is it going to be Isaiah? Or could it be Clark Kellogg? Clark Kellogg's not on, he's on Celtics. It is Isaiah Thomas who wins the MVP, the finals MVP. I figured he would win it. I mean, Phil Chenier is a good player, but he's not ever going to be an MVP like Isaiah Thomas is. Interesting, though. Very, very interesting. Isaiah Thomas leaves Utah and then goes to the Mavericks and wins a championship in his first season. The expansion team, I think this is the first expansion team to win a championship. 33-10 for Isaiah. They also have Jeff Petrie, too. 33 from him. I forgot about Jeff Petrie. He's been an all-star every season we've done this. No wonder the Mavs have won the championship. That's right. They're a good team. I'm surprised they haven't won more. But I think they're the first expansion team to win an NBA championship because who else have I added? The Pacers haven't won one. The Nuggets haven't won one. The Nets haven't won one, and the Spurs haven't won one. So, yeah, the Mavericks are the first team to win an NBA title. Elvin Hayes is gone. Calvin Murphy, Bingo Smith, Dave Cohen's, Austin Carr, Rudy Tomjanovich. A lot of the guys. Oh, Dr. J's done. Dr. J's done. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. He won 2 titles. He did win 2 titles in the NBA. No MVPs, no scoring titles, nothing like that. But he got a couple championships, which is really, it's good for him on those Knicks teams. I can't believe he was traded to Portland, though. That was crazy. So we're losing a lot of the guys that we started out with. All these guys we started out with in the league. That's kind of sad. Staff retirements now. Doc Rivers and Quinn Snyder are both gone. We don't care about them. Billy Cunningham is the only Hall of Famer. You didn't put Dr. J in the Hall of Fame, my guys. Wow, the disrespect they showed Dr. J. Jersey retirements is Billy Cunningham. League meetings. We're going to reject that and then keep going. Draft lottery. Who's going to win the draft lottery this year? Who's in the draft this year? I forget. The Suns win the lottery with the Rockets. The 76ers, because of that Detroit trade with whoever they traded, they're going to hopefully get Michael some help. They got to get Michael Jordan some help. So now we got the NBA draft. Let's check out the draft class real quick. Just one more time before we forget. So it's, it's the Sabonis, Ron Harper, Daughtery. Oh yeah, I forgot to change Magic Johnson Jr. Let me just go quickly and change him. Can I change his name right here? Prospect Scout. I can't change it. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to change it. I'll change it when he gets into the league. Del Curry's here. Hopefully they get. Oh, Jazan Petrovic is here as well. Hopefully they get some help from Michael Jordan because he really has nobody. I mean, Tiny Archibald is there, but he's not really doing anything anymore. He's 36. I mean, he's 88 overall, and this guy's been like 6th man of the year forever. This Zach Rose guy. He's got two 6th man of the year. It feels like he's been there more. But they really need to get some help from Michael. He's 94 overall. He's getting to the prime of his career. They need to get him some help. What about the Blazers? The Blazers still have Chuck. He's 91 overall. They have nobody else for him. Tiago Costa's, I guess, good, but he's a little bit older. And, it's a sad day. Daintley and Sigma are both getting a little bit older. That's sad. We've grew up with those guys. Those guys have been here. Bob McAdoo, one of the greatest players in this entire series, is getting older. George Gervin's getting older. I still can't believe that I forgot that Hakeem and Karl Malone are on the same team. That is a dominant team right there. They just need like a good winger, and then they're gonna be in championship contention. You got to think, right? You got to think that they're gonna be in championship contention. Patrick Ewing on the Hawks won Rookie of the Year this past season. Magic Johnson still in the Cavs. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Is he a free agent this year? He might be a free agent this year. But now it's time for the NBA draft. And who's going to get... Are the 76ers going to get help from Michael Jordan? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping that they get somebody pretty interesting. No way.